Alright, the first thing you're going to want to do is go into your default engine INI, make sure r.nanite.allow tessellation equals 1 and r.nanite tessellation equals 1. Make sure you have the uppercase and lowercase correct, and it's in the render engine settings. And then you save it, restart Unreal Engine, and now you'll go in, click on the object you want to have a nanite, click on the mesh, go into the mesh, double click it. You'll see I already have nanite enabled. I'm going to turn it off. It applies that way. This is the way it'll look before you enable a nanite. I don't know what all these settings do, but I just hit apply changes. Make sure you hit save. Then now I go into the floor. I'm going to go ahead and get a Quixel Bridge material. Let me just look for something kind of crazy so we can see a big difference. And let me see, I'm going to go to this castle ruins. Sure, why not? Let's get this castle stone floor. I already have it downloaded, so it'll make it faster. Highest quality, that's what I like to use. Make sure you hit download, you hit add. Then once you hit add, you're going to want to go to your settings, to your content drawer. And what you're going to see is I'm going to apply it to it without changing it. This is what comes from the Quixel Bridge. I'm going to drag it on, and you're going to see it still looks flat because this is the way it is from Quixel. Even though if you go in the setting, I've tried to mess with the displacement within here, and it doesn't seem to do anything because it has the magnitude. I've set it, normally it's 4, but I found with this material 24 seems to look pretty good. So I don't know why that doesn't work. Maybe there's some sort of thing you have to do. I have no idea. But what I found is easiest. I just go here, create my own material. I'm going to call it my castle floor. And it's pretty simple. I just open it up. Then I go back into my content folder. I'm going to select all 3 of these at the same time and drag them in. And now it's just a matter of wiring, because all the data is in here already. The way it works is the texture map name, the ending there, the D, which is diffuse in Unreal Engine, is base color. And so then you go to the next one, and that has an N, that's for the normal map, so you put the RGB to the normal. Now this next one has O, R, and DP, so it has 3 different things inside this texture map. So you take the R channel, the first one, and put it to occlusion for ambient occlusion for the O. The next channel, the G, you put it to roughness, which is up here. Then the DP is displacement. So the last channel, the B channel, go to displacement. Now you're not going to see anything change here because this is using the default mesh that's in Unreal Engine. It doesn't have Nanite enabled, I don't believe, so you don't see anything changed here. But what we're going to want to do is click on the main thing, go down to displacement magnitude. I've found for this material 24 to be the one that I think looks the best. I'll show you that later. The center part, don't worry too much about that. That just means the center of the colors for the displacement map. So if it's 0 to 255, 128 would be the center of what is 0. So that's kind of what that is for. Anyway, hit save, go ahead and close it. Alright, then now I'm going to drag this my castle floor onto the floor and then watch. It's going to go boop. Now I'm going to show you turning it off and on so you can see the difference more dramatically, or dragging it on. So I've dragged it on, you can see it off, put it back on, you see it kind of pop and make it way more in depth. Now let me just show you the different magnitudes and how that kind of works. So here I have it on 24. I'm going to put it up to 0. You see it goes flat. Now I'm going to put it up to, let's try 100. Now it goes all crazy. So anything that has noise and really intricate stuff, it goes really extreme. So again, 24 is the one I like. I tried 20. It just looks a little too flat. I also tried 30, and what I found is that there's like a little bit too much noise that kind of shows up in these little areas. You kind of see these little peaks and weird stuff, but 24 for some reason just kind of looks pretty good to me. So I'm just going to show you this little space with the displacement map enabled, so you can kind of just see what it kind of feels like to have this castle flooring in this little apartment. So now let me show you another angle, so you get the displacement up a little bit higher. So I'm actually going to use the console commands. This is with it off, on. So if you see it now, it's a lot more detailed. I'm going to turn it off again. That's off, and that's on. Off, on. Off, on. So from a further distance, it's not as dramatic, but it still looks quite a bit more realistic in my opinion. You can see a lot more shadows. Then I'm going to turn it off and on again. So let's see here. Off, on. So there you go. That's the fastest way to use mega scans and do displacement in my opinion.